Police in Texas have tried to arrest a librarian for a civil rights book. This is pretty amazing. There's a little bit of body cam footage that has kind of leaked out into the internet, and here it is.
Essentially, the librarians are my suspects. If they're the ones that are choosing books and putting them in there, you know, they're the ones that are carrying the criminal liability. I'm not sure that all the books will necessarily fit the statutory requirement, but I'm doing a criminal investigation into some of your staff. You're the librarian, correct? What I'm doing is not an administrative investigation, so I cannot compel you to talk to me. Obviously, there's been an allegation of books that were in conflict of the penal code in the library, and so that's what I'm looking into.
I mean, this is what's going on in Texas right now. Police are showing up at libraries. And the book in question was by Toni Morrison. The Blue Eye book. I mean, this is crazy. He tried to interview the librarians without an attorney. There were three librarians that he talked to. All three of them refused to talk to him without an attorney. As you just heard, he said this is a criminal investigation. This was the result of a 2-year investigation. They produced an 824-page investigative file. And this was, again, for checking out one of Toni Morrison's books, for God's sake. And, you know, these librarians are courageous. I mean, standing up to the cops for 2 years and just saying, no, we're not going to go along. What's happening in Texas right now is what Republicans have in mind for the rest of America. And this is serious stuff, and we need to take it seriously. We need to understand that this is not some. They're not just harassing librarians. They're not just you know going to school board meetings and whining and complaining. In Texas, they have passed laws. It's a crime now in Texas for librarians to pass out certain books, and the guidelines are so vague that books that make people feel bad about race are illegal. Books that talk about gay characters or that even reference a gay character or a queer character of any kind are illegal. And police officers are marching into libraries. I mean, it's just, Nate, can you play that video again? This is just chilling. Just if you could pop it up and play it again.
Essentially, the librarians are my suspects.
Yeah, put it on the.
If they're the ones that are choosing books and putting them in there, you know, they're the ones that are carrying the criminal liability. I'm not sure that all the books will necessarily fit the statutory requirement, but I'm doing a criminal investigation into some of your staff. You're the librarian, correct? What I'm doing is not an administrative investigation, so I cannot compel you to talk to me. Obviously, there's been an allegation of books that were in conflict of the penal code in the library, and so that's what I'm looking into.
This is where the Nazis started. You know, 2 weeks after Hitler was made chancellor in 1933, they had the first book burning, and it was all books about investigations or research, scientific research into being gay, being lesbian, being transgender. It was from I'm sorry, I don't recall the name of the institute, but it was this institute in Berlin that was world famous for doing work, particularly on transgenderism. And they hauled away the guy who ran it, who was a physician, and they took all the books from this research center out into the street and piled them up in a giant pile, poured gasoline on them, and lit them on fire. That's that famous book burning bonfire that everybody's seen the picture of. That's that famous picture. That was 2 weeks, as I recall. I mean, fact check me on this, but it was very, very soon after Adolf Hitler was made Chancellor of Germany in 1933. Maybe 3 weeks, I don't know. But it was very, very shortly thereafter. First, you know, it's not, as Pastor Niemöller said, it's not necessarily first they come for the trade unionists. It's first they come for the communists, or first they come for the socialists. First they come for the books. First they come for the librarians. First they come for the teachers. And we've got these neo-fascist groups out here who are, you know, promoting this stuff. They're all over social media. They show up at public libraries. They're on Fox and other right-wing media constantly. Oh yes, we are in favor of liberty. We're just, friendly moms. We're just, suburban people. We just care about our children. This is fascism. There's no other word to describe it. I'll be right back with your calls.